feeling we're in for a treat with the Aguirres family right now.
Most definitely. You know, we get a little write-up about the family and the stories beforehand. And as I was reading this, I am just amazed. This story is just unbelievable to me. I have 3 kids that are about 3 years apart each too, and remember very well taking them to the doctors for their regular checkups, you know, and you obviously go in thinking everything is going to be okay, not anything life-changing, but that's not the case here. You took your kids to just regular checkup appointments and ended the day with life-changing diagnosis. So we have with us Mom Shelley, Dad Eder. Okay, make sure I said that right. And you have 3 kids, William, Elliott, and Charlotte. Now, you were actually here with Charlotte before that day that we're going to talk about in a second. So what happened with Charlotte?
Well, when she was 4, she had a seizure, and we brought her here to the emergency room, and she ended up needing to have something removed from her brain. So she had brain surgery.
Wow, at 4 years old.
Yep.
Wow. And then with William and Elliott, ages 5 and 3, something else happened. They did.
Took them to the doctor for a checkup, and
Yes, a normal day to go to a checkup, and then the doctor just started checking him, and then I think she checked William first.
William first, yeah.
And she has some concerns because skin coloration was different, like the normal.
Yeah.
And then she started looking more into him, and then she got some concerns.
Yes, just from the skin coloring.
Yes, and then she started digging more, like looking the eyes, tongue.
And asking, has he been more tired?
Yes.
Bruising, stuff, just like little things.
questions, sure, things you may have noticed but didn't really necessarily think was anything major, but as it turns out, he ended up being diagnosed with leukemia. And this is the same day that you're taking your other kids to the doctor, also getting checked. Elliott's getting looked at, and what does the doctor find then?
Well, she felt a tumor, or, well, she didn't know it was a tumor, but she felt a mass. And so she pulled us into her office, and she just told us to take both brothers to the emergency room. And we were like, what? We were supposed to go get ice cream.
Yeah, right, just a regular old day, and after going through the things that you went through with Charlotte, you can't imagine that anything else could possibly happen to you and your family, although that's not the case.
Yep.
So you bring the children here to Children's Emergency, and then what happens?
Well, they were both checked into the emergency room, and they got them in one room together, which was nice. We got to keep them together, and they took a blood sample from William, and we got that back, and that was pretty obvious. And then Elliott, also, they got a blood sample from him, and they told us that Elliott's tumor was probably grade to be benign, but then the next morning it turned out it wasn't. So then we had 2 kids with cancer.
Unbelievable. So how do you process that?
Oh my gosh.
It was hard.
It was so hard.
We cried.
But I mean, we just had to like focus on what we needed to learn.
Now, did you find that they had the same type of cancer? Were they different?
Completely different.
Wow, unbelievable. And this was last September.
September, yep.
Yes. And how are things going in the meantime?
Well, Elliott had surgery, and the tumor was removed, and he's doing great. So he's probably clear. He's just getting checked occasionally.
He's a 3-year-old.
Yes. And William is he's going through chemo. He will be starting his last big round of chemo this coming Tuesday, and then he'll continue chemo for like 2 more years.
And I think I read in part of the report that his chemo was administered through the mouth, right? He has oral chemo?
Yeah, it's like the port and also oral and shots.
Yes.
All different kinds.
And you've got some sort of reward system for him at home when he takes that medication, right?
Yes, we give you like a little paper dollars every time he do something for us, like to take the medication. Or,
Because it's not comfortable, and it
No.
doesn't, it's not a good experience, obviously,
No.
so.
Yeah, everything that he's been through
Mhm.
is just not right for a 5-year-old.
Right.
No,
To go through.
it's not, but we're so lucky that Children's is here and accessible and
Yeah.
right in our backyard. Now, what do you want others to know about Children's?
Well, it's just,
all the attention to the kids, to like focus on them, like receiving treatment and everything, like so helpful.
and their feelings too, like making sure that they are happy, and because they're going through this traumatic experience. And I don't think William's gonna look back and have terrible memories. I think he'll remember like all the smiling nurses and doctors and his favorite art therapist who we just saw today, and they gave each other a big hug.
He seems to have a great attitude, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
looking at him before. Yeah.
He's a lot
There you
of
go.
energy for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
prognosis is
Good.
good,
Yes.
which is great news, and everything is
Yes.
okay with Charlotte as well?
Yes.
And how often are you actually here at the hospital these days?
Well,
Next week probably we're gonna start doing every day
Yeah?
for like
or almost every day.
almost every day.
Maybe like 3 days a week for just the summer.
Right.
But then after this round, it'll be like once a month.
You're a perfect example of how you rely on these people
Yeah.
on a day-to-day basis coming up
Yes.
this summer.
And for, like you said, for things like the child life services and the art therapy and the sibling thing, this therapy, and, you know, they encompass the whole child, and that is why we need your donations for families like yours to make that possible. And we hope that, you know, there isn't another family out there that needs to be here every day for the next couple of months, but maybe they are, and that's why we need your help.
And young Charlotte, whose brothers have been going through a lot, and you did as well, Charlotte, you have a T-shirt that says, "I wear orange." Why do you wear orange, and your parents are wearing orange? Why?
Well, I usually like to support my brothers because ever since I knew they had cancer, I've been like supporting. At school, I did a research on leukemia, so I'm really like supporting them.
And the color orange is good for that. All right.
Well, thank you guys for sharing your story. Thank you, Charlotte, for letting us know about Orange and the supports. And please, if you feel the need in your hearts to donate, now is the time. Everything is being doubled. It is a Sargento Power Hour. Call 414-337-9554, or you can text to WKLH to 51555 and make your donation. That way, everything being doubled this hour.
Yes. Help take care of the Aguirres family and other families just like them. We appreciate your time. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. The Miracle Marathon continues, presented by Mars Family Foundation.